This episode is brought to you by Glorify, the #1 Christian daily devotional app. Everything around us changes. God doesn't. That's why I love Glorify's 21-day challenge. It helps me build a simple habit of meeting with God every day. No pressure, just consistency. With Glorify, you can start your morning by reading the Bible passage of the day, diving into Glorify's daily devotional, and wrapping up with an immersive experience called Daily Walk with God. And if you need to take a few minutes to yourself in the middle of a busy day, try one of Glorify's guided meditations, or listen to their curated worship playlists for some quiet reflection. To end the day, enjoy Glorify's sleep meditations to help you wind down and put your mind and heart at ease. Whether you're a committed Christian or simply curious about faith, Glorify has something for you. Join over 20 million people who have downloaded the Glorify app and deepened their relationship with God. Listeners to the show can get full access to Glorify for just $29.99 for the entire year. That's Glorify's lowest price ever when you download the Glorify app now at glorify-app.com/redcircle. Feel closer to God this year with Glorify. Get full access all year for just $29.99 at glorify-app.com/redcircle. That's glorify-app.com/redcircle.
There's a legacy that runs deeper than the life you live today, one older than your journey, more powerful than any single moment. This legacy is the divine promise God made to those who came before you, your ancestors, those who walked with faith, hoping and believing in promises they knew would echo across generations. This message isn't just another hopeful thought. It's a call to recognize the sacred commitment God has made to you. A commitment not just for your life, but rooted in the lives of those who came before you. This isn't just another video. This is an invitation to connect with the unbreakable bond of God's faithfulness. Today, I want to show you how God's promises weren't only made for those long-gone ancestors, but are alive and waiting to manifest in your life right now. Understand, God doesn't just make promises lightly. He holds to them, steadfast across generations, honoring every vow and covenant He made, every prayer you receive. He hasn't forgotten. His eyes are still upon you, remembering those who loved Him before you were born. Your ancestors' faith, whether they spoke blessings over you or simply walked in trust with God, has a direct line to the blessings waiting in your life today. This is powerful. This is eternal. And you are part of it. Don't look away. Watch until the end, because today you will see how the promises made to your forefathers live on through you. God's faithfulness reaches through time and space to honor you because of the faith of those before you. So, listen closely. This message is yours. Imagine promises so powerful that they flow from one generation to the next like an unbroken river. The promises God made to our forefathers, people like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, were not only for their lifetimes. They were blessings designed to be inherited, alive, and active for every generation that would come after them, including you. God promised Abraham that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars. He told Isaac that his family would become a blessing to all the nations of the world. He assured Jacob that his lineage would continue to grow and prosper. These promises didn't die with them. They were passed down through centuries. You may not realize it, but you are a direct recipient of those ancient blessings. Each promise was a seed planted in the soil of faith, meant to grow and bloom in the lives of those who follow. Think about this. Just as we inherit physical traits or family traditions, we also inherit spiritual blessings and promises. God is a God who honors His word, who has committed to every declaration He made to our ancestors. Every blessing He bestowed, every vow He made is still actively unfolding across generations, creating an unbroken legacy of faith and favor that you are part of. These promises are part of your spiritual DNA. They are blessings that don't fade, they don't wear out, and they don't expire. You are an inheritor of God's promises to the righteous ones before you, the forebears whose lives aligned with God's call. And as you stand here today, realize this: you don't walk alone. You carry a sacred legacy, a covenant God will fulfill because He never forgets a promise made to those who came before you. A covenant with God is not a fleeting agreement. It's a bond more binding than any earthly contract, a commitment that defies time itself. When God established a covenant with our ancestors, He wasn't just forming an agreement for a single lifetime. He created an everlasting bond, one that would forever link the lives of our ancestors to ours. This covenant is why His promises don't fade with each generation but instead become deeper, stronger, and more powerful as they pass from one to the next. The ancient covenants made with figures like Noah, Abraham, and Moses were sacred agreements, and they still hold power today. God committed Himself to the people who trusted Him, offering protection, blessing, and guidance that would stretch across every generation. Why? Because His love for humanity, His desire to see us walk in purpose and favor, transcends time. Each promise He made wasn't just for those alive in that moment, but for all who would follow.
This episode is brought to you by Glorify, the #1 Christian daily devotional app. Everything around us changes. God doesn't. That's why I love Glorify's 21-day challenge. It helps me build a simple habit of meeting with God every day. No pressure, just consistency. With Glorify, you can start your morning by reading the Bible passage of the day, diving into Glorify's daily devotional, and wrapping up with an immersive experience called Daily Walk with God. And if you need to take a few minutes to yourself in the middle of a busy day, try one of Glorify's guided meditations, or listen to their curated worship playlists for some quiet reflection. To end the day, enjoy Glorify's sleep meditations to help you wind down and put your mind and heart at ease. Whether you're a committed Christian or simply curious about faith, Glorify has something for you. Join over 20 million people who have downloaded the Glorify app and deepened their relationship with God. Listeners to the show can get full access to Glorify for just $29.99 for the entire year. That's Glorify's lowest price ever when you download the Glorify app now at glorify-app.com/redcircle. Feel closer to God this year with Glorify. Get full access all year for just $29.99 at glorify-app.com/redcircle. That's glorify-app.com/redcircle.
Follow in the steps of faith. Imagine the strength of a bond that is not limited by the lifespans of men. This is the depth of the relationship God established with those who walked in faith before you. He promised He would remember their faithfulness and bless their descendants, meaning you are a direct recipient of these promises, of this covenant that does not weaken or fade. God's covenant with your ancestors is the very reason why His promises have power in your life today. He honors the prayers, the sacrifices, and the devotion of your ancestors by blessing you, by guiding you, and by ensuring that His promises live on. God is fulfilling His covenant with your ancestors through you, and that is a legacy of immeasurable worth. Long before you spoke your first prayer, someone was praying for you. Long before you began this journey of faith, your ancestors were lifting up prayers, asking God for favor, protection, and blessings for the generations yet to come. These prayers laid a foundation that your life now rests upon, a foundation that fuels your faith and brings strength in times of weakness. Your ancestors' prayers are still active, still working, and still making a difference in your life. You may never know the full extent of these prayers, but they echo in heaven, waiting for the perfect moment to bear fruit in your life. The faith of those who came before you paved the path that you now walk. Their blessings and prayers have become spiritual treasures, stored up, ready to be unlocked at the right time. Can you feel the weight of that legacy? The strength of 1,000 prayers, the power of blessings spoken over your life before you were born. These ancestral blessings serve as a foundation, a source of divine energy that can sustain you through every storm. They remind you that you are not alone, that you have a legacy of faith bolstering you from behind. When you face challenges, remember, you are fortified by the strength of those who loved God and believed in His promises. their faith creating a shield over your life. These blessings are not just relics of the past. They are living forces of grace that can be called upon today. Hold on to this foundation, for it is one of the greatest gifts you possess. The faith of your ancestors lives on, making every step you take an answer to their prayers, a fulfillment of promises made long ago. Patience is the mark of true faith. Throughout history, God's promises have often come after long seasons of waiting, testing, and enduring. Many of our biblical ancestors faced delays that stretched their faith to the limits. But here's the beauty in this pattern. Every delay is purposeful. Every season of waiting is shaping you, making you ready for the fulfillment of God's promises. Take Abraham, who waited years for his promised child, or Joseph, who endured betrayal and imprisonment before rising to power in Egypt. Their lives teach us that sometimes God's promises require preparation because what He has for you is worth the wait. In every delay, God is building something in you, a resilience and trust that will hold steady when the blessing finally arrives. In your own journey, you may feel like the promises God has for you are taking longer than you expected. But understand this: God's timing is perfect, and every trial is a testament to the strength of the promise itself. Each challenge you face is a refining fire, bringing you closer to the person who is ready to receive the fullness of God's promise. So when the wait feels long, remember those who came before you. They knew that the promises worth having were the ones that took faith and patience to see through. Keep holding on, for the blessing is on the way, and God is preparing you to carry the legacy of faith forward, just as He did with every generation before you. You are not waiting in vain. You are being refined, strengthened, and prepared to walk into a promise that will honor the faith of your ancestors. You are more than just a witness to God's promises. You are a living, breathing fulfillment of them. Each choice you make to walk in faith, every moment you live with courage, you are bringing to life the promises spoken over your ancestors. It's like being handed a torch that has been passed down from generation to generation, each person keeping the flame alive with their trust in God. Now, it's your turn to shine. God's promises are not idle words meant only for stories of old. They are alive, moving through you, ready to manifest in your life if you step boldly into them. By living out these promises, you are honoring the legacy of those who walked before you, showing gratitude for the sacrifices and faith that paved the way. When you rise, when you overcome, when you walk in love and purpose, you are showing the world that God's promises still have power. It's not always easy to believe this, especially when life gets tough or when doubt creeps in. But know this: your ancestors faced the same doubts, the same fears, yet they believed. Their faith carried you to this moment, and now it's your faith that will carry forward the legacy. By living as a child of the promise, you are honoring their memory, giving life to their hope, and making real the blessings they longed for. Imagine the power of knowing you are part of something so much bigger than yourself. You are the fulfillment of ancient prayers, the answer to long-awaited promises, a beacon of hope for the generations yet to come. Stand tall in this truth, for your life is not only your own. It is a divine testament to the power of God's promises across all time. There is a strength in faith that crosses generations, a power in knowing you are part of a spiritual heritage far older than any single lifetime. This generational faith is like an unbreakable thread, linking you to the past, grounding you in the present, and guiding you toward the future. When you embrace this heritage, you find yourself supported by countless lives lived in trust, strengthened by prayers offered long before you were born. The spiritual legacy you carry is more than tradition. It's a foundation that gives you strength when you feel weak and courage when you feel lost. Your ancestors' faith is alive within you, providing a wellspring of resilience, wisdom, and divine guidance. Each act of faith, every prayer they uttered, was a contribution to this sacred lineage, ensuring that each generation would stand stronger than the one before. Honoring this spiritual heritage isn't about repeating rituals, it's about drawing from the strength of those who came before, letting their courage and faith embolden you in times of challenge. Each day, you have the opportunity to honor their legacy by choosing faith over fear, love over judgment, hope over despair. By doing so, you keep the chain unbroken, the legacy alive, carrying the torch forward. This isn't just for you. It's for future generations, those who will look back on you as part of their own heritage. When they see your life, let them see someone who honored their ancestors, who kept the faith, who lived with purpose and grace. Through you, this heritage will live on, a testament to the enduring strength of faith that spans centuries, binding us to one another and to the divine promises that will never fade. What you do today doesn't only impact you, it echoes forward, influencing the lives of those who will come after you. God's promises are not just meant for your life. They are a divine investment in the future. Each step you take in faith, each choice to trust God's guidance, prepares a path for generations yet to come. Imagine your children, your grandchildren, inheriting not only your name but a legacy of faith, courage, and unwavering trust in God's promises. You have the power to build something eternal, to leave a mark that doesn't fade when this life ends but instead grows in strength as time goes on. Preparing yourself to inherit God's promises is also a preparation for the generations who will walk in the blessings you leave behind. Imagine them looking back, seeing your faith, and finding inspiration, courage, and hope because of the life you chose to live. Think of the faith of Abraham, who believed God's promises even when he couldn't see them fulfilled. That faith didn't just bless him, it blessed countless generations. In the same way, your faith today can create a ripple of blessings, a legacy that will continue to impact lives long after you're gone. The strength of your trust in God's promises becomes the soil in which future generations can grow, thrive, and encounter the same faithful God. Let every act of faith you make today be a seed planted for those who will come after you. Choose to live with integrity, to walk in love, to seek God's will, knowing that your legacy is not just for this life, but for an eternity of blessings that will flow through your bloodline. God's promises are everlasting, meant for the faithful of every time, and your life can be a vessel that carries His blessings forward. To live as an heir to God's covenant is to recognize that you are more than just a participant in God's story. You are a crucial part of its fulfillment. This covenant is a living, breathing agreement between God and His people, a commitment He has never broken and will never break. As an heir, you are called to live out this covenant, to embrace it fully, and to let its promises shape the course of your life. Being an heir means aligning your choices with the values that honor God and honor those who came before you. It's about living with purpose, knowing that your actions are not only for your benefit, but for the fulfillment of promises that were spoken long ago. You are the continuation of a divine legacy, a lineage of faith that God has nurtured and kept alive through every trial, every triumph, and every generation. To actively embrace this covenant, start by grounding yourself in God's Word, seeking His will, and letting His promises direct your steps. When you live as an heir, you're saying yes to God's plans, yes to His purpose, and yes to the promise that your life has meaning beyond anything you could achieve on your own. You become a vessel through which God's blessings can flow, not just to you, but through you, reaching others and blessing those who come after. Live with the conviction that you are an heir to something eternal, a covenant that holds promises beyond imagination. Let this identity inform every decision, every dream, every step you take. and remember that God's covenant is as unbreakable as His love for you. Honor your place as an heir by living in a way that reflects the faithfulness of a God who keeps His promises, a God who has been, is, and always will be committed to the legacy of those who trust in Him. Today, I urge you to walk boldly in faith, to live with the expectation that every promise God made will come to pass. God's commitment to you is unwavering, and His faithfulness is everlasting. The promises He made to your ancestors are not forgotten. They are alive, waiting to be fulfilled in your life. Live with anticipation, knowing that God's timing is perfect, His covenant unbreakable, and His love for you unshakable. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Every step you take in faith honors those who came before you, those who prayed, believed, and trusted in God's promises. Stand tall, knowing that you are part of a divine lineage, connected through the ages by a faith that has the power to move mountains. Let your life be a testament to God's promises, a light to those around you, and a blessing for those who will come after. Take this message to heart, and let it fuel your faith. You are a vital link in this sacred chain, a recipient of blessings that reach beyond time. Trust that God is working, even when you can't see it, and hold fast to the promise that His words will never return void. So, as you go forward, live with expectation, pray with confidence, and walk in the assurance that God is faithful to fulfill every promise He made, not only to you, but to your entire lineage. Let your life be a beacon of hope, a continuation of the blessings that began with your ancestors and will carry on through the generations. May you walk in faith, rooted in the knowledge that God's promises are eternal and His love for you unbreakable. Amen. If you believe in God, then please like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to God, subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to share this video with someone who needs to hear it today.